In the end, it's just about the hours you put in. Like, there's no secret genius. It's just about, working on your craft. I'm really excited to do the next producer class with Kam성saund.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay from 감성사운드. Today, I'm very excited to have a conversation with the world-renowned producer Leno. Welcome, Leno.
Hi everyone, I'm Leno, and thank you for having me. I'm excited to announce that I'll be joining the next producer as a special producer. Having collaborated with numerous musicians and built my career on a global scale, I'm here to share exclusive production techniques and insights you won't find anywhere else. If you're serious about becoming a next level producer, this is your chance. Join me in the next producer and let's make it happen. No, I disagree. I think music is something that you build over the years. Like, my first music didn't sound good at all, and then I was lucky enough to learn from some of my mentors, and I think that's something that can help you along the way. But in the end, it's just about the hours you put in. Like, there's no secret genius or magic formula. It's just about working on your craft. No, I disagree wholeheartedly. I think music is all about communicating emotion and feeling, and the technique is just totally secondary to that. And obviously, you need to have a handle on the technique to some extent to be able to do what you do. You need to be able to operate the DAW and do things that you need to. But becoming too hung up on the technique can hinder you from actually, normal people, when they listen to music, they don't think about oh, I wonder what they use for the kick drum, or I wonder what's on the master bus or whatever. They just care about how the music makes them feel. And it's our job as producers to make the listener feel things. And if you're not connected to the feeling, then what are we doing? So I think technique is obviously important, and it's something that's easy to get excited about, and that's also what inspires me a lot of the time. And that the techniques can create emotions and feelings, but we must be aware of the fact that what we're actually serving. So my perspective on music is, I'm always chasing a feeling, and usually it becomes from the early moments of making the track. It might not be there at the very start. Sometimes I'm just trying things out and I don't even know where I'm going, but somewhere along the first hour or two, usually I find something that gets me really excited, and then the rest of the process is just preserving that feeling or progressing with the feeling. But I think it's important to try to stay excited about the song, because your job is to also make the listeners feel the same things you're feeling, and it's really about trying to keep the emotion there as much as possible. It's my philosophy, and I try not to let the plugins or the vocal chains or the engineering to be in the way of that. But then I also use all those things to make sure that the emotion comes through as clearly as possible. That's a big part of what I do. And also I always think about the song itself, what is the song saying? And I try to use every tool at my disposal to make sure the message and the feeling of the song comes through as clearly as possible. And as far as finishing tracks, I guess that ties into it as well, where I try to make sure that I don't ruin it. And oftentimes it has happened to me too, where I worked on the day one version and I'm really excited about that, and then I feel I have to finish it, and then I do 5 versions after that, and then I listen to the day one version again, and I realize that the magic is lost. So I work really hard to try to be aware of what is there in the first version that makes it special, and I try to preserve that as much as possible. But it's really hard. It's it's just challenging, and it's something that I work with a lot still. And I think there's something we can also do in the class to show what is too far, when am I overcooking it, when am I putting in too much stuff where it just becomes too much. And I can probably share some examples of me doing that as well, and then examples of oh, let's go back to the original feeling of the song. So my top 3 secret plugins. Number 1 has to be the Oligarch effects suite from Schwa Digital. It's like an ancient, I think it's like 15 years old at this point, but there's just something about the effects that they've done that just feels so alive and so exciting to me. Like, yeah, I just put the chorus on and the synth just starts moving and it just sounds, the way it's like overdriving internally, like there's just something about it that makes everything sound better to me. And also the phaser is amazing. So yeah, Oligarch by Schwa Digital. I also really like Multiplicity by DMG Audio. If I had to mix with just a single plugin, that would be it, because it's like a multi-band dynamics thing, but you can also do like, yeah, you can do everything with it, like literally anything you can think of. You can, like dynamics or frequency-wise, you can do everything with it. And then the third one that I've been loving lately is Punch by Spectral Plugins. It's a free plugin now because the company doesn't exist anymore, and it's a multi-band transient designer, which there's just something about it that's like way more controlled, and it can go way more heavy-handed than any other transient designer I've used. And yeah, it's just like incredible for adding punch and also like taking down the tail of like a drum bass or something. It can just make everything like really tight and controlled. So yeah, it's a really powerful plugin. And I know for a fact Oliver also uses it, so it must be good. Yeah, I would say just the experience of, I come from a very small country, like the country, Finland has less than half the population of just Seoul, the city itself. Like, yeah, there's 5.5 million people in Finland and Seoul is over 10 million. So it's like a really small country. And the fact that the music I make has traveled this far and there's so many students who flew in just to see the class and like join and like connect over music, it's just like really humbling and incredible to me. So that has really, yeah, that has been a really profound experience. And of course, like also just the class itself as well, like the team at Kam성saun드 like has really also like, yeah, putting together the whole package where it's also the project files, which I've never shared before. That has been really interesting to me personally as well, like going back to these files where I can see sort of like how my production has evolved. There's some project files that are over 10 years old and they have some things that I probably wouldn't do these days, but it's also really interesting to me because I'm making all these like, yeah, interesting choices. So yeah, it has been really cool to, yeah, just look at my process almost from the outside a little bit. And also, yeah, I can see how my process has changed over the years as well. So yeah, thank you to Kam성saun드 for also like, letting me do my thing. Yeah, with the project files, I think it's a really cool way of learning also, because usually online you can find maybe stems of other projects, but that doesn't really tell you like how the sounds were actually made. You can just sort of hear the end result, even if you get the stems. But with the project files, you can actually go in and like see the DNA of the song like in a really cool fashion. So I think that's something that's really unique to the way this class is put together. I think it'll be a continuation of a lot of the topics that we've already covered in my masterclass. So we'll be looking at both the writing and sort of the sound design, all the way to then producing the song, to mixing and mastering, sort of the whole life cycle of producing a song from start to finish. And yeah, everything that comes along the way, whether it's like drum bass processing or mix bass or yeah, chord voicings or melody writing. Yeah, there's just a lot of things we can look into. And I also look forward to hearing from you guys. I think there will be like a feedback class as well, where I'll be taking a listen in my studio with my monitors and stuff, like to your guys' music, which is gonna be exciting. And then I can give you my thoughts on it. And that was a lot of fun here in Korea as well. So I look forward to that. And yeah, it'll just be a distillation of all the things I've learned over the almost 20 years of producing at this point. And I'm really excited to do the next producer class next year with Kam성saun드.